This video comes under the category Being Civilized, under the subcategory Animal Welfare of the topic Animal Welfare, Let's Protect Our Friends. Hello viewers, my name is Devika Sadish and today we are going to emphasize on a very less talked about subject, which is animal welfare. So despite its growing popularity, the actual interest in animal welfare is not much discussed in this modern period. So before we get into further discussion, the first question might be, what is animal welfare? So animal welfare is simply the relationship people have with animals and the duty they have to assure that the animals under their care are treated humanly and responsibly. Many of us are pet owners, but how many of us are truly taking care of them? Well, animal welfare is all about protecting the animals by providing its physical and mental needs in a manner. The question often rises to be, why is it so important? So let me tell you about that. So animal welfare becomes especially important because there are millions of animals around the world who are suffering because they are used for entertainment, food, medicine, fashion, scientific advancement as exotic pets. Besides that, animals of all shapes and sizes, they play a vital role in the maintenance of the balance in our ecosystem. Not only this, but they are also responsible for a balance in the soil quality and the climate regulation in the environment. Hence, we get an idea of why animal welfare is an inevitable part of the society. Now let's further explore what the 5 main domains are. So when we talk about animal welfare, it is traditionally defined by 5 domains, which are freedom from hunger and thirst, freedom from discomfort, freedom from pain, injury and disease, freedom to express normal behavior, and the last one is freedom from fear and distress. These type of freedoms, they help the animals live a much better life, which is untied of any kinds of diseases or any kind of fears. Friends, let's take a moment right now. Let's take a moment to say a pledge, to make the lives of our non-human friends a little bit easier, to give them a better way of living just by applying these 5 domains. So we have so far spoken about what animal welfare is or what the importance of animal welfare is. Now let's move on and talk about the actual numbers and talk about the actual problems that are faced by the animals. So the first issue that animals are known to be facing is animal experimentation. It is estimated that over 100 million animals are used every year in laboratory experiments worldwide, which is a shocking amount, right? The types of experiments carried out on animals include the fundamental research, biomedical research, product testing, education and training, and warfare research. A wide variety of animal species are used in these experiments, which includes cats, dogs, rats, mice, guinea pigs, rabbits, fishes, birds, monkeys, and you name it. Rats, mice, and rabbits are used in a very large proportion of laboratory experiments, mainly because they are easy to handle and very cheap to keep. So the second issue that we are going to be talking about is working animals. The animal workforce is estimated at about 300 million animals and the numbers are rising. For example, the numbers of donkeys increased from 33.2 million to 42 million between 1961 and 1997 and has risen since. In the same period, buffaloes increased from 87.5 million to 152.4 million. The majority of working animals are involved in transport and agriculture. Various species are involved. Mostly the animals used here are horses, donkeys, oxen and buffaloes, but also other animals such as cows, camels, yaks and elephants are also used for this purpose. So the final issue that we're going to be talking about today is the animals who are used for the entertainment purpose. So the entertainment industry covers an enormous range of uses of animals. In fact, this is probably the most diverse area of animal abuse. There are welfare problems in most cages, and the most extreme forms of entertainment causes immense suffering and many animal deaths. So like when any other issue comes up, the first people that we look up to is our government. So let's see what the government has done in order to stop these practices. The Prevention of Cruelty to Animals Act of 1960s, the Performing Animal Rules of 1973 and the Performing Animals Registration Rules of 2001, the Prevention of Cruelty to Draught and Pack Animal Rules of 1965 and the Transport of Animal Rules of 1978. Besides these sets rules from the government, there are millions of rules, or much rather principles, that we as humans need to follow. And some of them are respectful treatment of animals, responsible use, healthy habits, safe environment, proper nourishment, proper housing. A lot of what were being said might seem like very basic principles, but you won't believe the amount of change that we can bring through just by following those very simple steps. But other than that, there are many organizations whose set goal is to protect animals, whose set goal is to actually promote the animal welfare. Some of these organizations include the People for Animals. This organization, they build hospitals for animals and provides free of cost healthcare services for animals in distress. Then there is the PETA India. Their focus is primarily on the areas in which the greatest number of animals suffer the most, like in laboratories, in the food industry, in the leather trade, and in the entertainment business. Friendico Sika, it works as an animal shelter and hospital for abandoned and lost pets, sick strays, and injured animals. All of the links for the above mentioned organizations will be in the description box below, so make sure to give it a check out. Not just a handful of organizations, but there are numerous organizations out there with whom you can volunteer, with whom you can donate. So one thing I would like to request you in the view of this video is, let's actually take a pledge. Let's actually take a pledge to make the lives of these inhumans a little bit easier, to make their lives a little bit more better, to give them a little bit more care and love. Thank you so much for listening to what I had to say, and if you want more content like this, make sure to give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more interesting information.